guys! So this video is going to be about how people disinfected things before they actually discovered germs. How did humanity survive for thousands and thousands of years without actually understanding what germs were? I feel like this is a really interesting topic because, for one, we're still living in a pandemic. Some of the things that ancient people used back then actually did work, and we do use the same things or the same methods or kind of a variation of it still to this day. A disinfectant is an agent that frees you from infection, usually a chemical agent, but sometimes it may be a physical one that destroys disease or other harmful microorganisms, but may not kill bacterial spores. All the way back in the 1st century AD, I'll put the name on the screen. Marcus Terentius Varro wrote, "There perhaps exist in marshy places animals which are invisibly small and which cause serious disease by invading the body through the mouth or nose." Disinfectants are classified into two categories. So chemical disinfectants or physical. Physical disinfectants are methods of disinfecting that use physical conditions to kill germs, such as raising the temperature, for example, boiling or burning with fire, fumigating, drying, and filtration. So germs can be killed by heat. That's very obvious. In the Bible, Hebrew soldiers who got done fighting in war had to flame all of their equipment and any clothing that was capable of resisting the fire. Anything flammable, such as their garments, were put in boiling water. Many times throughout history, when there was some sort of plague, it was decreed that the clothing of people who had diseases were to be boiled or burned in order to prevent the spread of infection. Okay, fumigation is the action or process of disinfecting or purifying an area with fumes of certain chemicals. Fumigation has been used since ancient times to purify the air, possibly because it was observed that smoke chased away insects, and it had long been suspected that insects caused disease. That was not too far off because insects such as mosquitoes do cause disease. Well, I guess it's the pathogens inside the mosquitoes. So fumigation has been recommended to control pandemics for years, starting with Hippocrates in 429 BC. There were many things that burned, such as odoriferous herbs, juniper wood, wet gunpowder, pitch, tar, frankincense, and laurel wood. Fumigation is still used today to get rid of pests such as termites, bedbugs, and cockroaches. So ancient people also disinfected using the process of drying. This usually used the combination of heat and ultraviolet radiation from exposure to the sun. Ancient Egyptians used the process of drying as the final stage of embalming corpses. Ancient people were very creative in the types of chemicals they used to try to disinfect things. Chemical disinfection means disinfection using certain chemicals that can kill the microorganisms. So back in ancient times, people used things that had visible effects on large visible living creatures, such as being corrosive, suffocating, or toxic. If something killed like a grasshopper or something visible and big, they assumed that it would kill really small little creatures that you couldn't see. Sulfur is one of the oldest recorded chemical disinfection methods. In the 4th century AD in India, they burned sulfur in rooms before surgical operations took place. In Europe, during the plagues in the Middle Ages, sulfur was used to disinfect places and objects that had contact with sick people. Today, sulfur can still be used topically as an acne treatment because it kills bacteria, and it can also be used to get rid of fungi, scabies, mites, and other parasites. It can also be used as an insect repellent or even a pesticide to help keep away chiggers, ticks, spiders, and other pests in the arachnid family. Mercury has a corrosive effect and was used in ancient India, China, Europe, and Egypt as a disinfectant as well as a protective paint or coating. since it prevented rot. It was used in Italy to treat syphilis. When it was shown by Robert Koch, hopefully I'm saying that right, Robert Koch, that it was effective in killing microorganisms, it became widely used in human and veterinary medicine. So mercury is still used in medicine today. So thimerosal, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, is a compound that contains mercury, and it is used in vaccines to prevent the growth of dangerous microbes. In ancient Egypt around 1700 BC, it was first recorded that copper can be used to kill infection. In ancient China around 1600 BC, Chinese doctors would use copper coins as medication to treat heart and stomach pain and bladder diseases. Seafaring Phoenicians would insert shavings of their bronze swords into battle wounds to prevent infection. It has been ancient knowledge that drinking from copper vessels helps you not get diarrhea as frequently. The knowledge of copper being good at killing microbes seems to be lost today, although it seems to be making a comeback. Copper is being used in high-touch surfaces such as doorknobs in hospitals to reduce infection rates in patients by 58% in one study. But unfortunately, it is not widely used. Copper is used today as a birth control method because it is so good at killing sperm. People used acids and bases as disinfectants. People would use lime, soda lime, quicklime, and caustic soda because it left white and created a visible detergent effect on organic matter. Acids were used as disinfectants due to the corrosion action that would be seen on hard surfaces such as stone and metal. Acids were also known to preserve vegetables and fruits by decreasing the amount of harmful bacteria. Around 3000 BC, ancient Egyptians would rinse the abdominal cavities of humans and animals in palm wine and vinegar before they would be embalmed. In the 1st century AD, Celsus recommended using vinegar to disinfect abdominal wounds. In 1676, Van Leeuwenhoek, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, discovered that when bacteria from the surface of teeth were covered in wine vinegar, they would stop moving. I feel like people a long time ago were really a lot smarter than we give them credit for. Before they could prove the existence of bacteria and viruses and stuff like that, they were already doing something that sometimes it actually did help. So I don't know, I found that really interesting. So thank you guys so much for watching.